Hey, what's up, guys? SK here, and today we're going to try a little something different, and it's going to be a little piece of content on the channel called A Slice of Nerd, and there's just going to be things that are about me, that things I like when it comes to my daily life outside of gaming. Really, to be honest, I don't really have a life after this. Anyway, sit back, enjoy, and hopefully you do get into some things I'm into. Peace. Yerp, what up, folks? SK here, and today we're gonna do something different. Like, it's something I really want to do for a while now, and it's something that speaks to my soul, really, to be honest. And I've really want to talk about this for a while. Like, I'm repeating myself because I'm so super excited about doing this right now, and I got the new mic, and I'm just like, I finally get to do it, and I want to do it, so I'm gonna do it. So, it's gonna be done. Um, we're looking right now at this manhwa. Yes, a manhwa, which is like a manga, but not a manga. It's colorized. It's outlined differently. It's the layout's completely different, but it's pretty much just a comic from Korea. Don't put it as a comic because people will be offended if you call it a comic. So it's called a manhwa. This one specifically is called Solo Leveling or I Alone Level, and this is a manhwa I've been into since it dropped, and I found out about it through Facebook, through an ad on Facebook, and it was for, I think it was for a webtoon. No, actually, it was for this website, Gemini's Box, that I'm reading it on now. And solo leveling is something that I'm super into. If you know me, I'm super into isekai. Everybody that knows me knows this. All of my people that like follow, that talk to me on Discord, they know I'm super into isekai. I've talked to them about so many isekai anime and manga that should become anime. And solo leveling is not really an isekai, to be honest. It's something different. I don't know what the categorization of it would be, but it's pretty much an isekai, but not really. Because instead of isekai, in the isekai genre, you travel to another world and usually you become overpowered over time, or you instantly go there and you're instantly overpowered. But in this genre, in this story, the character is completely useless. He goes in there, and spoiler alert, he gets massacred. Like, first chapter gets massacred, and then he slowly gains power and becomes bad, the most awesome character in existence in the entire. Actually, I can't even say that because I haven't seen what his dad can do yet. That's another spoiler too. But yeah, check out Solo Leveling, guys. It's an amazing, and I mean when I say amazing, I'm stressing the word amazing here. It is an amazing manhwa. If you're looking for something to read during this time of Rona quarantine, and you like things in the genre that I'm speaking about, I would heavily suggest you try out Solo Leveling. Now, I do suggest if you do decide to pick this up and read it on a tablet or a phone, because reading on the computer, it scrolls really weird, and we're gonna go take a look at it right now. But it scrolls really weird for me on the computer. I don't really like scrolling down through a story like this on with this style of layout on the computer. And I've read a lot of these like style story because of webtoons and stuff like that. But yeah, I suggest you read it on a phone or a tablet because, like I said, you can just easily scroll with your finger and get it over with instead of having to wheel the mouse down or click on the third wheel and let it slowly whatever descend. Anyway, into Soul Leveling, there are currently right now 110 chapters. They are on hiatus right now. I believe that we just found out earlier that the 111th chapter, which is season 2 of Soul Leveling, has been pushed back. We're not sure until when. Some people say until May. There's a petition online to actually get it made into an anime since Tower of God just got an anime, and I would love for Soul Leveling to get an anime. Oh my god, it's amazing. But yeah. So 110 chapters. We're gonna start chapter 1. We're only gonna go over chapter 1 today. Um, and this is just to get you guys like into it. This isn't even chapter 1. This is just the beginning of it. To just introduce you guys into the story, the world of Soul Leveling. Once again, this is Gemini's Box I'm on right now. I'm gonna try to close out some of these ads. Ads do make the money, so watch the ads, click on the ads, blah, 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 all that good stuff. All right, so Soul Leveling. The tunnel that connects another dimension to our world, the gate. This is just explaining what's going on, so you know what things are in the beginning. And the residents of monsters in the dungeon. Huh? A dungeon. The dungeon's opened. Looks like the hunters will come out. Those who hunt monsters are called hunters. And just by this, you can tell that the art in this manhwa is just so beautiful. Like the colors, we're gonna get into that later. But here, so you can see a bunch of hunters fighting off monsters and stuff like that. Uh, you see one of the veteran hunters using a fireball. He's a veteran hunter. I'm gonna spoil a lot of this right now. A lot of people are veteran hunters. There are higher level hunters, and then introduce the main character. His name is Sung Jin Woo. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. He's a hunter, and today he's gonna try his best. Now, as a hunter, Sung Jin Woo is the lowest rank hunter. He is an E rank hunter, so he really is he's kind of just basic. Like as humans go, he's above level human. But as hunters go, he is the lowest grade hunter because hunters they get their strength like amplified, their abilities amplified, and he's kind of just kind of subpar now. Like he's subpar human now. He's over athletic human, but still not hunter level, like a good level hunter. So like basic things can take him out, which is kind of just bad for the environment that they have to go into to work pretty much at this point. Because in the environment they work, like they have to go up against monsters, they have to go into these portals and fight and collect stuff, like collect drops and stuff like that. Yes, they collect drops like MMO in here. This is another reason I love this. Like it speaks to every part of me. I love it. So of course you have like the main girl interest, which I'm not really sure she stays that far into the story, to be honest. And he's told him that he's got the world's title, world's weakest hunter. But you see here his motivation for being a hunter, because as the weakest level, he could do anything else. He could just go, be something basic, but he has to make more money than regular humans could make. So he's doing this thing to pay his mother's medical bills, and to do that, he can't quit. However, the hardest dungeon had been hidden within the D rank dungeon, a double layer. Now, this is where the story gets really. Oh God, I'm sorry. This is kind of like a prologue to what's happening right now, and this is brutal. Like if you want to see more than this, it gets brutal to see why he's in this situation. Like this was a D rank dungeon. This was one level above him, and those are still considered hard. Like it takes swarms of people to complete a D rank dungeon. It's not like you can take a 5-man party into a D rank dungeon and just like expect to clear it with a bunch of D rank people. You're gonna have to take like a bunch of D rank people and maybe a C rank to clear it. So the way dungeons work out are that they have to have they have to have a setup party of a certain number of people, and then a few people above the level of the actual dungeon to make sure the dungeon runs safely. And even then, people can still die because things can happen in dungeons that nobody is prepared for. And as you can see, the dungeon they went into was a D rank dungeon that turned out to be a double layered dungeon. And this is the first double layered dungeon that they have on record in this part of the story, of course. Now, at the point he's at, like I said, he's in some real crap right here. Like, we don't know what he's done to get to this part. He's losing a lot of blood. I'm not sure if he's missing a leg here. Like, dude's eye is busted up. Oh my God. He's holding a sword. Like, out of all things, you're holding a sword to the thing that just did all this to you. You're probably not going to survive this part. And he's cursing right here. He's just like, in the end, I could not escape death. And this is what he's up against. One E rank hunter against, I believe these were S rank mobs. A little spoiler right there. I believe these are S rank mobs in the dungeon. They're actually the trial bosses for the dungeon, and it just yeah. That was it. Like he got splattered. Then he woke up in the hospital, and it was all fine. It's all over. Nobody cares. And then he gets a notification, which Nobody else in the world has gotten this notification, but he has this notification now. So now you're kind of gonna get to see what's up with the story, like as a little brief look into what's happening with the story. He gets a daily quest prompt, and he has to do like these things, or he's penalized. Just at the bottom, failing to complete this daily quest will bring a punishment associated with this quest, and the punishment can be anything. And I think the punishment has been standardly the same, like fairly the same around every point in time he's gotten punished for it, because he forgot to do one thing or something like that. But yeah, you can see the quest is just basic simple stuff: push-ups, curl-ups, squats, running 10 kilometers. I'm not saying running 10 kilometers is easy, but it's basic stuff like that. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna sit down and do 100 squats out of nowhere, but I might start with like 5, 10. I'm not that athletic. I'm not gonna lie. 100 push-ups, you might get like 2.5 out of me. Anyway, so he's like, "What's this?" And then after that, he received a new skill, one and only he could see. And he's going back and telling pretty much what's going on with the world and how things are right now, and that as he completed these quests, his level would rise, which is not something that goes on for everybody in the world. He's the only person that he knows of that has had this happen among the awakened hunters, and that's what it's called. And that's an amazing looking dagger right there. That's what it's called when they go through the stage. They are called awakened hunters, but instead of him being regular awakened, he's something else completely. And as you see, he's just killed a dragon in one hit. So yeah, he's gonna change from the weakest hunter to the strongest hunter, and that's solo leveling. Once again, only he levels alone. Like, he's the only one in this world that levels up, as far as we know right now. Spoiler warning. This story is amazing. I've been through all 110 chapters, and the story is, it keeps you like on the edge of your seat. It has you rooting for him a lot of the times. It makes you laugh. There are a lot of ups and downs. You're kind of just like, no, why does this person have to die? And then you see the other things happen. Just like, oh, I kind of get it now. You see some of his craziest feats pulled off, and things that you just don't think you'd ever see in another story like this. And I read a lot of lit RPG. I read a lot of urban fantasy. I read a lot of stuff like that. And this story actually pulled me back into reading a lot more. Like, I kind of stopped reading like a while back just when it came to reading lit RPG. But then I started reading this story, and I ended up like reading like I think 20 books after I read this, and I just couldn't find anything to actually meet up to standards with this when it came to the way they told the story of his ascension, pretty much. So if you want to check out Solo Leveling, go ahead and check it out. I mean, this is probably going to be one of the contents that I do work on in the future when the new season starts up. I will probably be bringing this up later on. And welcome to my little slice of nerd. Yeah. Peace.